we absolutely need to talk about the massive, highly sophisticated cyber attack that totally brought a major automotive giant to its absolute knees last year. Hackers launched a devastating attack against the massive car giant Jaguar Land Rover, often referred to as JLR, which happens to be one of the absolute biggest, most vital employers in the entire United Kingdom. Plus, this was not just a minor glitch. This massive hack completely halted their massive production lines for agonizing months and literally made a noticeable, deeply painful dent in the entire country's economy. The massive financial damage was actually so incredibly severe that the UK government felt completely forced to step in and literally bail out the struggling company with a staggering £1.5 billion payment, which translates to roughly around $2 billion. Current massive estimates wildly suggest that the massive ripple effects of the devastating hack actually ended up costing the broader British economy an absolutely jaw-dropping $2.5 billion in total. For agonizing months, there was absolutely nothing but wild speculation running rampant about exactly who managed to pull off such a massive, highly crippling operation. But now the absolute truth is finally coming to light. Citing highly placed sources deeply close to the massive, highly secretive ongoing investigation, the New York Times is officially reporting that the incredibly sophisticated hackers directly behind the massive breach were indeed Russian. However, the exact nature of their deep affiliation is still highly murky. It remains completely unclear if these dangerous hackers were working directly on the strict orders of Vladimir Putin's government, if they were simply independent, highly skilled cybercriminals looking for a massive payday, or if it was something incredibly dangerous hovering right in between, like a massive criminal syndicate freely operating with the government's highly tacit, completely deniable approval. The massive tech giant Microsoft was reportedly already closely tracking this extremely dangerous Russian hacking group and heroically stepped in to directly alert JLR to the absolutely crucial information regarding the true identities of the hackers, according to the massive report from the Times. However, sources also made it incredibly clear that this was a truly massive, unprecedented collaborative effort. Heavy hitters like the FBI, Britain's massive national crime agency, the highly elite National Cybersecurity Center, Google's legendary Mandiant unit, and the incredibly skilled team over at Palo Alto Networks all worked incredibly closely together on the sprawling global investigation. But here is where the story gets incredibly crazy. In what is considered an incredibly rare, completely mind-blowing, though technically not totally unprecedented occurrence in the shadowy, highly complex world of elite cybersecurity, it actually turned out that the dangerous Russian hacking group was completely not the only one that managed to successfully breach some of the highly vulnerable JLR's networks. Apparently, this highly skilled Jordanian hacker who simply went by the alias Ray had also managed to completely break in undetected, adding a totally wild, completely unexpected layer of massive complexity to an already completely unbelievable, highly damaging, massive corporate catastrophe.